Hello and welcome. Today I will be going over the Kurnass 2000, which is an F-4E equivalent for the Israeli tree. This video will be mainly based for sim. However, some things will go into RB and such, but I will be mainly focusing on the sim aspects of this plane. So with this F-4E, um, it is at a 12.0 BR rating. Um, so not too high, not too low. So you can definitely do a lot of damage with this thing at its brackets. It's given. Um, it does have there is a 12-0 bracket it can go into, so it'll be one of the top planes in that bracket. But then you will also be able to go into 12-7, but that will be slightly a harder bracket since you'll be going against Mirage 2000s and such, which have better turn and better missiles and whatnot. But that goes for every plane in Sim. So with this thing, um, it has two General Electric J79 G17 engines, which are the same engines the F-4E gets in the American tree. However, this one, for some reason, gets more thrust than the American one. I don't know whether that's something the Gaijin changed or it's a bug. I'm not too sure. However, you do get more thrust out of these engines. You obviously get the 20 mil on the front on this thing, and then radar wise, you get a AN APG 76, which is a PD radar with IFF. However, you won't really be able to use this for any radar missiles since this jet doesn't get any radar missiles, it only gets IR missiles. I will go over those here in a second, but it's a great radar that you can use to find targets far away without having to worry about any ground clutter and check IFF. With the RWR, it's a AN ALR 46V3. It's a great RWR for this BR range. It will be fighting in. It will tell you what sort of radar you'll be going against with a PD, AI, aerial attacker, or interceptor, however you want to say that, um, and such. However, in this BR, it fights in, you will most likely know what you will be going against. Um, since there's only a few limited planes on Op4 that you can go against, such as the MiG-23, the SU-25, the Mirage F1C, Tornado, um, J7E, or other MiG-21s, and a couple other jets that aren't too crazy, but those are the main ones that you would need to worry about. Uh, so with this, a few things to go over that it does have. It has a modern HUD. You'll be able to see later on here in the few clips that I share and comment over what the HUD looks like. It's a great HUD. Um, as well as that, you have a integrated camera pod. So if you don't want to carry I believe it's the pave track um, camera, pave spike targeting pod, you already have one. However, it is limited to a sort of front view, um, but it has great zoom. It doesn't have thermals, but the zoom really helps. I really like to use this camera for IFF if I don't want to turn on the radar. Most of the time, I even just fly without radar unless I need it for slewing my missiles uh, to the lock and doing off-ball shots since this thing doesn't get any HMS. Um, so that is one plus this thing has if you don't want to carry and lose out an extra slot for a targeting pod. So the a bit about the munitions this thing gets. Missiles wise, you get obviously the Python 3s, which are the main thing for this jet. You get 6 of them, then you have the aim9Ls and the aim9Gs. You obviously start with the Gs and then head on to the aim9Ls and then the Python 3s. However, you do start off with, believe it is these two Python 3s and aim9Ls. I think it has changed from when I first got this jet. It was aim9Gs you started off with. However, I cannot remember, so I won't worry about that too much. Ground-wise, it gets a huge amount of dom bombs. I won't go over all of them since there are quite a few, but you have a whole range from 250 to 2,000 pound bombs. And then you obviously get three guided bombs. You've got the GB10 and then GB12 as well as the GB15. Rockets wise, you get the Zunis and Mighty Mouse rockets. You get quite a lot of them, and then you get the napalm bombs, the BOU 27s, and then you can also carry 3 extra 20 mils. However, it is kind of pointless to carry these as they just weigh more and decrease your fighting ability. And then obviously you get 2 flare countermeasure pods, which is an insane boost advantage for this plane. You can take more chaff because of this and not have to worry as much about the Magic 2s that F1C gets. And then air-to-ground missiles.